think I might be the red flag and I didn't even know this.
I am so tired of being a strong, independent woman girl boss.
Men these days know how to cook, know how to clean, have a good job. They really don't need a woman.
Do you know, I regret wanting to be an independent girl from a very young age.
Women who claim being independent come to realize they're lying to themselves later on.
Why do men ignore women?
I have been tricked, absolutely bamboozled, brainwashed into thinking what I'm supposed to be is an independent woman.
Yeah, a lot of girls want to be independent. That's fine. It's not mine. I don't want.
Men today are better off focusing on themselves. The ratio out there is painful. Kindly subscribe to the channel, as it is our sole form of support. Thank you.
I want to get married, absolutely, but not if I have to do anything in my life even a little bit differently. I don't want to, I don't want to like prioritize like somebody like over any of my like professional or personal goals. Like I don't, want to like have to like deal with that. I'm just like busy. I'm like busy. So, but yeah, I'd love to get, I'd love to get married. And not at all.
Then marriage isn't what you're looking for, madam. If you aren't able to compromise and still want everything your way, your life exactly as it is, without any adjustments, then I suggest you don't get into marriage and ruin a good man's life. Marriage requires give and take, and it's about building something together, not holding on to your individual lifestyle without making room for someone else. If you're not willing to share your life and grow with another person, then you're setting up both yourself and your partner for frustration.
I'm sorry, no one understands how tired I am of men. A man could tell me that the sky is blue. I need to go outside and check myself. I'm sorry, I just don't believe. I don't believe anymore. Because let me tell you one thing that men will do, men will lie. And men will lie hard. Honestly speaking, believe a man at your own risk. Believe him at your own risk. I'm sorry, but unless God directly tells me this brother is for you, I'm not listening. I don't want to hear it no more.
So I disagree. I love a nice guy and a guy who makes the effort. I think when you're younger, we want the bad guy, the bad boy and whatever. We run after the guys who don't treat us well. At my age now, I want a man who treats me well. If the man is not making an effort and he's like taking 3 days to text back, or he's just like unresponsive, or I'm moving on to the next one. I guess I'm a simp too for the right guy. So I want someone who's going to make the same effort that I do and give as much love as I do. So nice guys, holla.
You heard her loud and clear. When she was younger, she was chasing the bad boys. The guys who were breaking her heart, keeping her on an emotional roller coaster. She loved the thrill back then, but now that she's older, the excitement isn't enough anymore. She's tired of the games, the drama, and the uncertainty. Now, she's on the lookout for the nice guy, the one who's going to treat her right, give her the stability and care she craves. What she fails to understand is that these men aren't just waiting around anymore.
I think this whole independent woman shit is a scam. Hear me out. I've been working since the age of 16 and I'm pretty successful in my professional life. But when you're so used to providing for yourself as a woman, you lose that feminine touch in you.
You know what? I don't care. I'm gonna fucking say it, but the dating pool now is literally full of shit, piss, and diarrhea. It does not matter how fucking old they are. They could be. I've dated or tried to date guys up to 8 years older than me and 3 years younger than me, and literally all the fucking same. I'm so fucking done with dating. I am not looking actively. I am just dumping dating sites. I am just going to now just live my life, and honestly, whatever fucking happens, happens. I thought I met somebody out in the wild, and literally not even at a bar. Not at a bar, okay? And it was really good until it wasn't. And I'm so fucking done. That is it.
The hurt is definitely on both sides. Both good men and good women are out there, struggling to date, but it's like they can't find each other. Instead, They keep running into everyone else who's toxic, manipulative, or playing games. It's frustrating because these people genuinely want something real, but it feels like they're always encountering the worst, and after a while, that wears you down. Many of them have already given up, tired of the endless cycle of disappointment.
Men these days
What do you mean by that?
know how to cook, know how to clean, have a good job, and know how to take care of themselves. They really don't need a woman. They like to have women around.
She's got a point.
She's making a lot of sense. Since a man can do all of that, what can a woman bring to the table?
That's a great question.
So you, as a woman, have to bring something to the table other than sex.
You can't make it up.
A lot of women say, I bring peace. He has his own peace. You're going to have to bring more than that than peace.
I had a dog, and his name was Bingo.
You have to bring loyalty, trust, understanding, communication, help him up when he is down.
The worst thing a man does on a date is going in with the mindset that he is auditioning for her. I've been single for 5 years, drama-free, headache-free, and stress-free, and I don't need a woman really for anything. God has blessed me with 2 good hands. Good women bring more of those things you have as a man, and also those things you lack. I had a dog, and his name was Bingo. There's no need to prove nothing to a woman or compete for her. If she's the one, I'll know it because you'll be at peace and she'll be looking out also for you.
Yo, I changed my mind. I don't want to be independent anymore. I don't want to do this. I am now accepting applications for a man who wants to pay me $5,000 a month and then never speak to me. Pay all of my bills and then just go away, please. Ooh, tell me why I just had to pay $400 to replace 2 tires. $400 that I don't have. Serious inquiries for a man who wants to pay all my bills, please inquire within. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, keep dreaming. If you think a man is going to come to your rescue and just hand over $5,000 a month just to be around you, then you're delusional. What exactly does he gain from that? He's supposed to throw away his hard-earned money while you contribute nothing but your presence. What a joke.
I had a man who I thought was the one because he would write me little love letters in the morning before work. Right. He would do all the sweet stuff. But he was too much of a simp. Where he's like, I would get scared of you. When you get mad, like, I'm not gonna front, I don't really like your attitude. And I'm like, yo, I'm not putting you down like a fucking piece of shit. Like, I'm mad. So I'm like, yo, I talk like this, and I'm from Brooklyn, so I'm a little mad, you know? And he's like, nah, whoa, I don't like that.
You need help.
I don't know when I'm gonna meet my man, but one thing I am tired of is people coming into my life not ready to be my man.
Even the idea that men need women, men do not need women. Men do not. Jesus did not get married. He did not have kids. He didn't do it. Some of the greatest saints did not get married and they did not have kids. Women should not be rewarded with marriage unless they deserve it. They should not be rewarded with men's time and attention. And guys, we have these women running around like brats. I just saw a woman have a grown woman have a full-blown temper tantrum in an airport. I swear, we both missed our flight. I missed my flight and so did she. And this woman just got on her back and started screaming. This was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Soon to be single, I'm living a hell life because things are tough for me. Now she's revealing her true colors. I don't need women. I'm single, happy, and have plenty money. Been there, done that too many times. I have no interest in relationships or having kids. Peace is priceless. Have had a wife. She cheats after I gave her all. Now I'm alone and more happy and enjoying life. Can do what I want without shit. I do agree that women need to earn marriage from men. It should not just be given. It's important that women prove their worth before you marry them because marriage is one of the biggest decisions a man can make. It's a decision that can either improve your life or completely destroy it. The wrong partner can drain you emotionally, financially, and mentally, while the right one can elevate your life and help you grow. These days, many men have backed away from the idea of marriage because they no longer see the benefits. Too often, the risks far outweigh the rewards, with men feeling like they're entering a contract that's heavily one-sided. From alimony to the emotional toll of a bad relationship, men have seen countless examples of how a marriage can turn into a nightmare. Women need to show they bring something meaningful to the table, beyond just wanting the security of marriage.
Can we take a second to discuss how much of a scam it is that we are made to become strong, independent women? In stressful times like this when I'm moving, I don't want to do it on my own. I don't want to do it with movers. I want my mommy and my daddy to come pick up my shit and move it with me. And sometimes I just want to be like a little crybaby, and I don't want to be a strong, independent woman. I want help, and I want mom and dad.
Why is it that the finest guys in the world, and also single, never leave the house? Is there a reason for that?
Yes, actually there is a reason. They're not out in the spotlight anymore. They've retreated, addicted to their peace and solitude. They've realized that maintaining their own space and avoiding the drama is far more valuable than chasing after people who disturb their mental and emotional well-being. And once a man gets used to that kind of peace, it becomes almost impossible for him to tolerate anything that disrupts it, especially when it's someone bringing chaos or unnecessary stress into his life.
Good men are hard to find. I totally agree with you. Good men are hard to find because good men aren't looking for you. Good men are hard to find because good men are busy working, climbing corporate ladders, chasing success, building businesses, building themselves and their future. Good men are hard to find because good men don't do nightclubs, strip joints, on dating apps, on Instagram, liking women pictures sliding in their DMs. Good men don't find their women that way. Low value men do. Good men are just like good women. They are very selective in their personal search. They're not turned on by women with big butts, big tits, and who have the intelligence of a rock. Instagram models do not impress them. They have outgrown that phase of their life. Good men don't settle down with women who are not in alignment with their future goals. Good men do not settle with women that they can't grow with and become their best self, because they know selecting the wrong woman, just like selecting the wrong man, can be detrimental to their success and their overall well-being. So yes, I totally agree with you. Good men are hard to find because good men are setting themselves up for a good woman to become a good husband.
Absolutely correct. Good men aren't out there like that anymore. They're becoming harder to find. The women who keep asking for good men often already had their chance with one during their prime, but they chose the bad boys instead. Now, after wasting years on the wrong choices, they're in a desperate scramble to find a good man, only to realize they overlooked him when it mattered most. The tables have turned, and now the men they took for granted have moved on or checked out completely. These women are left chasing ghosts, wishing they had appreciated the good man when he was right in front of them.
I just want to say it's okay if you've never had a boyfriend before. I am 23 and I have never had a boyfriend. I've been on like 3 first dates and that's it. So don't worry. We have time, guys. We're young. Or even if you're old, whatever. Because honestly, if I don't find a guy that improves my life and makes it better, then I just won't find a guy. I will be single forever. I am not kidding. I'm not afraid. I'm a little afraid. But seriously, if they don't improve my life, I will not be dating. I don't care. Man, we don't need you anymore. Just kidding. Love you. Some of you. Anyway, don't feel bad.
We don't feel bad at all. But you are correct, madam. If that's solely what you're aiming for, you will be single forever. You should be focusing on improving your own life first, becoming the best version of yourself, rather than just expecting someone else to come in and fix everything. A relationship should be an enhancement, not a solution to your problems. The person you're dating should be adding value to your life, not becoming the foundation of your happiness or security. If you can't build that foundation for yourself, then you shouldn't expect someone else to provide it for you.
You hear independent women so much state that they can have a good life without a man. They don't need a man to have a good life. And you know what? You're absolutely right. You can have a good life. You can fulfill a lot of your own desires and needs and things in that nature, right? But with the right man, you're going to have a great life. With the right man, he's going to teach you. He's going to show you. He's going to lead you. He's going to protect you. He's going to bring out the best in you and protect all of that. And you're going to let him, and he's going to love you for it because you trust him. So do not X out all men. Stop being so independent that you're going to independent yourself right into loneliness, okay? It's okay to fulfill your own desires and needs in life. It's okay to create the life you want while you're on that journey, maybe in a period of time where you are solo, but do not exit out and pretend that you don't need a man to have a great life, because if you have the right one, man is no comparison to that life that you're living alone.
That is true. To the table with the table, the chairs, the bacon. So I'm not asking or begging a man to take care of me because I don't need that, honey. Look at me.
Few moments later.
I'm tired. I no longer want to be an independent woman. Forget that INDE. I'm good. I want to be a housewife.
This wouldn't be so hard if women were just honest with themselves. They love putting up this front, pretending they can do it all on their own. But when life gets tough, the mask starts to fall off, and suddenly they're saying, "I want a man." So much for being an independent woman, right? It's like they spend years pushing this narrative of not needing anyone, only to turn around when reality hits, and they realize it's not as easy as they thought. But I've got to respect it, though. At least she came back to reality. At least she came back to her senses, I guess.
I love those guys who are like, I look so ugly today. Why does no girl like me? But I'm so nice. I think you forgot you're a pick-me boy.
Are men unattracted to independent women? I was talking to my guy friend the other day. We're talking about just like independent women. I was telling him how one of my girlfriends, she's super independent. She does X, Y, and Z by herself. She's like such a bad bitch. And she doesn't need really anyone to count on. And he goes, let me guess. I bet you she is single. To that, I'm like, why? He's like, well, historically, men have always been, the caregiver. Like, they usually have always been that breadwinner, right? Type sort of personality. And he goes, so that's why when women are too independent, they're too masculine, and men find them unattractive. To that, I responded and I said, I think it's because 50% of men are average at best, okay? And as a woman raises her bar and, she starts to provide herself that validation, she, does these things for herself and she counts more on herself to become more independent, her bar raises, meaning that the men that can match her at that level are fewer men. And so that is why these more independent women, are typically, I guess, more single based off of what he's saying, because they just haven't found someone to match them at that level yet. Maybe independent women don't like most of the men now.
Men don't go around saying, I'm an independent man. Instead of taking responsibility for being insufferable, they just say, men aren't on their level. Independent woman equals normal adult. What if I say, oh, I'm an independent man? There's fewer women that match my level. These independent women should just get with each other because they are all on the same level. Nah, we ain't scared of them, but most of the time they just loud and obnoxious. Now, if men were out here preaching about being independent, many women would call them sexist and misogynist. What's even more frustrating is that women keep getting these terms mixed up. Being independent doesn't make you masculine. It just means you're a self-sufficient adult. It's not some extraordinary achievement. It's simply the basic expectation of being a grown-up. Being able to take care of yourself, pay your bills, and handle your responsibilities doesn't make you special or set you apart. It's something men and women alike should strive for, but it doesn't need to be glorified as some rare trait. Men aren't scared of independent women. They're turned off by them because they do not have a personality. Some of them.
PSA, I am only dating hot guys. This is the hot guy era. I'm only gonna date hot men from now on because, first of all, you date the uglies. They will humble you so quick because they got you and then they're like, dang, there must be something so good about me if I got this hot girl and I look like this. There must be something really amazing about me that like made me get her, so like let me treat her like crap and see what I can get away with. Ugly guys can treat you like crap, hot guys can treat you like crap, but at least when a hot guy treats you like crap, you're like, okay, at least you're hot. When the ugly guy treats you like crap, you're like, how dare you? So just date the hot ones, because honestly there is no difference between like a hot guy and an ugly guy and how they treat you. It just really depends on the guy, you know, his character, everything like that. So babe, get you a hot man. You deserve it.
This is what I mean when I say women have different rules for different types of guys. They will tolerate certain behaviors from men, just depending on how they look. But if these women really consider themselves so hot, then why are they struggling to keep the attention of those high-status men? It's simple, because those men don't need to settle. Those top-tier men aren't falling for the ego boost these women are looking for, but the real reason they go for medium-attractive guys is because the hot guys they crave aren't putting them on a pedestal the way they want.
Ladies, don't entertain or stay with a man who asks you, what do you bring to the table? To me, it's like asking, why should I choose you? Why should I stay with you? Why you? And that just shows me that you lack the emotional intelligence, that you're not capable of seeing or understanding through my actions and behaviors how I can add value to your life. And so if staying with you is a test of whether I'm fulfilling your requirements or up to your standards, then I'm failing right then and there, because an emotionally intelligent man doesn't need to test a woman he knows is going to pass with flying colors. And what is known doesn't have to be said. And for me, it's just an indication that you have some sort of insecurity, that you're jaded, and that you just have some work to do. And I'm not going to be there by your side to do the work with you, because I've learned that we're not here to save anyone at our own expense, at our own happiness, mental health, and overall well-being.
How about if you have a home and have your own money and you start dating a broke man? Would you like to know what he brings to the table? Don't like when you are asked the same questions, do you? The double standard hypocrisy is why men have gone their own way. Basically, with all this explanation she's doing, she's saying that she brings nothing to the table. If a woman cannot articulate what values she has and what she can contribute to a man's life, it's a red flag. Women like that come into relationships and just carry their expectation with them. If a woman is unable to express her unique qualities or contributions, it indicates a lack of self-awareness or seriousness about the relationship. It's not enough to simply show up and expect the other person to fill in the gaps.
I have been tricked, absolutely bamboozled, brainwashed into thinking what I'm supposed to be is an independent woman. You remember that song they put out? INDEPENDENT. That's how I know how to spell independent, by the way. But they said, what? You know what that means? It means I'm tired. 2 jobs. Work hard. She a bad broad. No! She's tired. What? Apparently, the alternative is barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. But you mean to tell me I don't have to wear shoes and I get to stay in the kitchen where the food is at? 2 out of 3, that really ain't that bad. I mean, the pregnancy part, might need to talk about it, but just being barefoot, not having to leave the house, eating some yeast rolls, that sounds pretty good right about now. Yep. Anyway, I'll change my mind after I've had a little nappy nap, but yep, that's my rant for the day.
The women who keep up this facade of independence and not needing a man are setting themselves up to end up alone. Instead of working with men as partners, they turn it into a competition. trying to outdo men in every aspect, and that leads to resentment and even hatred. It's like they're so focused on proving that they don't need men, that they don't realize the emotional toll it's taking on them. They may act strong and self-sufficient on the outside, but deep down, it's eating them up. The constant need to prove their independence is exhausting, and it isolates them even more. By the time they realize what's happening, it's often too late. They've pushed away the very people they claim they don't need, and they're left by themselves, wondering why things turned out this way.
I'm getting absolutely flamed on the comment section of my last video. I made a video talking about texts that men have sent me dating in New York. 2 of the text messages are from guys asking me to Venmo them after dates. I want to make my dating philosophy abundantly clear. I personally think whoever asked, which in all of these cases were men that I met before in person, should pay after the date. However, I always think that women should do the little reach for their wallet. This is what I always do. I think it's just a nice little dance that men and women play with each other. The woman reaches, the man says, "Oh no, I've got it." I dated in New York for over a year, and I feel like most men are willing to play this dance with me. I haven't felt the need to ask outright. Sometimes they'll swat their hand, tell me to put the wallet away. And I take that as meaning that I'm good. As shown by those texts though, I have had the experience where a guy will request me after a date. But this has only ever happened if I've expressed to the guy that I'm not interested in seeing them again. Again, this is just my personal philosophy. I'm curious what you guys think.
Would the bear pay? Always go half until you're actually dating someone and then take it in turns. They get their ego hurt, so it's like revenge. You're not interested, so they want their money back. If the date is expensive and you have no intention of no platonic relationships, you need to pay back. I just don't order anything expensive, especially for a first day when I know I'm not interested. It is absolutely valid if a man wants his money back if you aren't interested in moving forward with him after a date. If he's requesting a Venmo, it's a pretty clear sign that the date did not go well, or you showed him that you have no interest in moving forward. It's not just about the money, it's about principle. A man putting effort, time and money into a date does so with the hope that there's potential for something meaningful. If it becomes obvious that you're not interested or the connection isn't there, then why should he be expected to absorb all the costs? Requesting money back is a way of saying, I respected your time, but I also want my effort to be respected too. It highlights the imbalance that sometimes occurs when one party shows no genuine interest but still benefits from the date financially. Some might view it as petty, but others see it as standing up for fairness.
Bitch, I want hoes.
You think you want a hoe era until you experience the aftermath of having a hoe era, especially as a chaotic bisexual, because that shit will come back to haunt you until the day you fucking die. I can't do it anymore. I'm going celibate.
Every man wants an independent woman until they get an independent woman. And hear me out. Independent women, they don't need you. They want you. They got it. They got it mentally. They got it physically. They got it emotionally. And they got it financially. Now, if you're going to walk into her life, make sure that you can go and provide. It's independent does not mean that you lay back and you just let her do her thing. Because I promise you, she's going to do her thing. And she's going to do her thing without your ass. When you have an independent woman, that's when you want to go and step the fuck up. Women like that don't come across often. Why will you let her do her thing alone when you could do it with her? Independent women are so strong mentally, physically, like they really got it. But it gets to a point where it's like, okay, for how long do I got it? Cause goddamn, they need a little help around here. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. It's like, step it up. Step it up. Step it up. You want a good chick. You want a strong woman. You want a woman that got her shit together. But when she crosses your path, you don't know what the fuck to do. Cause you're doing a whole lot of nothing. Yeah. Let's get it together. Let's get it together. Because if you want her, you're going to have to do something to keep her. Because you do, I promise she's going to go above and beyond for you. Because like I said, independent women have been doing it for so long for themselves that they want someone where they can put that same energy and that same effort for. Don't fumble the ball. Don't get intimidated by her. Grow with her. You guys can literally become unstoppable. But you both got to be there mentally.
That would be incorrect. Not every man wants an independent woman. They just want a woman, preferably a woman who doesn't identify with being independent, because most men find that term to be very unattractive. Men don't need a woman to be independent for the relationship to flourish. They just want a woman who brings peace, support, and femininity. Independence isn't what makes a relationship grow. It's the ability to work together, respect each other, and create harmony. As long as she keeps all that boss babe energy outside the relationship, where it might help her career or personal goals, it's fine. But in the relationship, most men don't want to compete or deal with someone constantly trying to prove they don't need them. It's not about being intimidated. It's about wanting a partner who brings warmth and softness to the relationship, not someone who's constantly asserting their independence. Men are drawn to women who can be strong when needed, but still embrace the dynamic of mutual support, not competition.
Stop getting with broke men. Stop it! Stop it now! Oh, but he's really nice to you, and he listens? Oh, the Cheesecake Factory's not a date, Oh, he only lives with his parents because he's saving money to buy an apartment. Okay. Stupid! He asked you to split the bill, and you agreed.
We have to keep in mind that these are single, unmarried women that's giving advice to other women. They have an issue with everything. They expect a lot but bring little to the relationship. Women like that don't add to a man, they just take. The Cheesecake Factory is absolutely a date. If she doesn't like it, she can leave.
Look, ladies, if you really have high standards, you will never have to tell a man. He will already intuitively know. Men can pick up on the fact whether or not women are within their standards fairly quickly. Take it from me, there's zero reason for you to shout your boundaries to the world. A woman with high standards carries herself with such a poise, and she has this energy that just speaks for itself. It's why I said men will just know intuitively. The girl who's always shouting about how she has such high standards and will never let a man do this or never let a man do that or break this or whatever the heck it is usually the first to break her own boundaries. We all know that girl. A high-value woman and a woman with high standards will not have to tell a man what he did wrong. She will simply leave. The need to chase a man when he pulls away absolutely repulses her. It's not a green light for her to try and prove her self-worth. So if you ever feel like you have to ask a man for princess treatment, you're not acting like a princess. So, be about your business. If he doesn't approach you, it's because he knows that you aren't within his reach. And that's fine because another man will step up to the plate. Just keep doing you.
There's a fine line between being delusional and having standards. A lot of women claim they have high standards, but in reality, they might just be unrealistic or unwilling to meet men halfway. No man can fully know when and what a woman wants. He's not a mind reader. That's why communication is crucial. If these women aren't getting the princess treatment they expect, it's because they haven't earned it. They think they deserve to be treated like royalty just for showing up, but it doesn't work that way. A man will treat a woman 10 times better if she's doing right by him, if she's loyal, supportive, and brings peace into his life. Princess treatment isn't just handed out for nothing. It's earned through mutual respect and reciprocity. When a woman is genuine, loving, and appreciates what a man does for her, he'll go out of his way to make her feel special. But if all she does is take and never give, why would any man want to go the extra mile? Real men don't reward entitlement.
Does the perfect man exist? Yes, I'm dating him. So you think there's better guys out there? Like, let's be real. No.
I don't think nice guys finish last.
No. I think nice guys win at a certain time and at a certain age.
Yeah.
And I don't think that there's a set age on that. I don't think it's like 28 nice guys start. I think it takes the nice guy with a good foundation and then meeting a girl at that time who's like, I'm looking for certain qualities for the rest of my life. Also, I think a lot of fuckboys, so to speak, turn into really nice guys. They can. Like, I think anything can happen.
Yeah.
And I don't think good girls are hard to come by or nice guys finish last. I think it's like the perfect combination of timing, and then it can work.
Nice guys don't win at anything. They only get scraps of what's left. Often they're left to deal with the trauma, baggage, and emotional damage that others have accumulated. They're the ones who end up picking up the pieces after someone else has used up their patience and emotional reserves. While they're busy being kind and supportive, they frequently encounter people who are emotionally unavailable or damaged from past relationships. Nice guys put in the effort, but sometimes that effort is overshadowed by the emotional scars of those they try to help. They find themselves in relationships where they're expected to heal and fix someone who's already been through the ringer without getting the appreciation or reciprocation they deserve.
Mom! Put me back! I wake up every morning, I work, I have bills, I'm too big for the ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese. This sucks!
Stop! You need help.